Is that the story you're sticking to? Judge Simpson confronted the defendant over conflicting dates and warned that the hearing could become a long day if the explanation didn't hold up.
I understand.
Okay, I'm going to ask you direct. Is that card on its way?
Yes.
Then what's your doctor have to do with it? Is this a story you're going to stick to?
Yes.
Because this is going to be a long day for both of us if this is the story you're sticking to. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to let you sit down, talk with your attorney. I'll call you up momentarily and let me know if that's the same story you want to stick to. If that's the same story you want to stick to, then I got to do what I got to do. What are we doing on this case?
Your Honor, we're asking for a preliminary exam.
So your discovery is complete.
That is my understanding. We do have the police report, and I do believe there was media on this, and we have that as well.
All right. People have their witnesses available the 24th. Preliminary examination in person, February 24th, 2026 at 9 a.m. before Judge Barr. And as to bond in this case, my understanding, go ahead, Ms.
Your Honor, it came to my attention that the defendant has made 12 calls to the listed number from the victim from other pins. We confirm that this is her number as I also stumbled upon a text to the victim as well. So this time I'm going to be asking for a phone number. This text privileges to be revoked.
All right. Any response?
No, can I say something? I haven't made no text. She had texted me from a number and I didn't block it. Yeah, I didn't never text her.
He's saying that he is not text.
Pardon?
I haven't texted her. But it was a text that she had sent and I ended up blocking it. I never said nothing to her.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. Do not test here. There will be an issue, I don't think. But what I'm going to do is I'll continue as bond. But at this point, I'm going to revoke his phone and texting privileges. All right. We'll take a closer look at it. All right. Thank you.
Simpson's response is measured because the allegation concerns a possible bond condition violation, but the record is not yet fully developed. The prosecution reports 12 calls and a text associated with the victim's listed number. The defendant immediately disputes authorship and claims the victim contacted him first. That conflict cannot be resolved through an unsworn exchange at the podium, which explains the judge's warning that the defendant is not testifying. Anything he blurts out could complicate the defense before counsel has reviewed phone records, timestamps, ownership data, or the complete message thread. Instead of immediately revoking bond and jailing him, Judge Simpson preserves release while removing phone and texting privileges. That is a targeted risk control measure. It limits further alleged contact while the court examines whether the accusation is accurate. Notice that the judge does not declare either side truthful yet. He protects the integrity of the case first and reserves judgment. Do you think the defendant helped himself by speaking, or did he create an avoidable credibility issue? The next review may turn on objective digital evidence, not competing explanations.
Estelle.
I mentioned not to carry that earlier, Your Honor. On behalf of Ms. Estelle, who's approaching. Ms. Estelle, state your name for the record.
Amber Estelle.
Estelle. Judge, we're asking for an adjournment. Ms. Estelle is hoping to get accepted into the treatment court in Hillsdale County. So if she's able to get into there, we'd like to see if we could attach this case to that. When is your next court date in Hillsdale?
You've seen the progress report?
I did, Your Honor. Yes, I have my notes for that. We did review it. I've spoken with her. She states that she spoke with Ms. Dozier last night. I think this came in earlier in the day yesterday. She has completed her intake with Hillsdale County. She's since taken 3 tests. They informed Ms. Dozier that they're supposed to be sending the results over to our community corrections.
She has since when taken 3 tests?
From, what is it, the February the 5th date? Is that when did you do the intake?
Last intake for Hillsdale County or here?
For
yes, it would have been Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, and then yesterday.
You
for all my
tested.
screens. Yeah.
She says she's tested 3 times with Hillsdale County, and they're supposed to be sending the results.
And
over.
what, we don't know the results of that?
She says that they're negative, except
Says
for
they're
the,
negative.
she does, but I don't have the results, obviously. She said that they've supposed to send it to Ms. Dozier. So if we can maybe pass, I can reach out to Ms. Dozier to see if she's received them.
And those are supposed to be all negative.
She says negative, except for Suboxone, which she has a prescription for.
And THC, because that takes more than 30 days to get out of your system. I've only been released for like a week.
Do you have a medical marijuana card?
No,
Are you still smoking marijuana?
no, but this would have been from prior because it takes like 3 to 4 weeks to get out of your system.
Right, but prior you didn't have a medical marijuana card either.
No, but it's legal
Really?
in the state of Michigan.
Yeah. I'm shocked.
Okay.
Is that right? It's legal?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Judge, but she does understand while under bond conditions, she is not allowed to use any substance unless they have been prescribed.
But she has other cases pending outside of this one. And do those cases let her use THC?
No, Your Honor.
No.
I'd have to look at the
So
dates.
you've been on those cases for more than 30 days.
I have to
No,
look at the
sir.
dates, Your
No?
Honor. to-
No, sir. I got out on bond in Hillsdale County and got sent here and then got out on bond here and started my Hillsdale County. It was all within, it's only been 2 weeks.
All your charges have been 2 weeks
Yes, sir.
for the time of arraignment.
Yes, sir.
Are you just unlucky?
She's,
She may.
let me get my computer too, Judge.
Okay, you go ahead and do that. Yeah, marijuana is legal. Didn't know that. I'm kidding.
Next thing you'll tell me is sports gambling.
I just learned that they call those parlays, Judge. It's a new word.
Why are you gambling on sport?
I don't.
Okay, why are you
I don't have
parlaying?
I just learned the phrase, and I hear it's a bad thing.
So why are you hanging around people that are parlaying?
You know.
I'm not saying they're not respectable. I just want.
I'm trying to be a good influence on people.
You're trying to what?
Be a good influence.
You are?
That's right.
Okay. As opposed to what you've done in the past, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Hope for everybody to change.
Still waiting.
I'll just receive drug test results from Hillsdale District dated 2/5/2026 with a positive result for amphetamines, fentanyl, THC, methamphetamines. 2/6/2026 THC prescribed buprenorphine, 2/11/2026 THC prescribed buprenorphine. That was faxed yesterday to Ms. Dozier.
So her next one didn't show fentanyl.
Right. Yeah, the first one showed fentanyl, amphetamines, THC, and methamphetamines. On February 6th, the next day was a THC and buprenorphine, which Ms. Dozier notes prescribed buprenorphine. And the same on 2/11, THC and prescribed buprenorphine.
Got it. You just didn't know. Sometimes you're not good, you're just lucky. All right. So you want an adjournment?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is the evidentiary turning point. The defense initially represents that the recent screens should be negative except for prescribed Suboxone and residual THC. The actual records are more complicated. The February 6 screen reportedly shows fentanyl, amphetamines, THC, and methamphetamines, while the later screens show THC and prescribed buprenorphine. That sequence matters because later cleaner results may support treatment progress, but they do not erase the first positive test or the court's concern about compliance across multiple pending cases. Judge Simpson's remark that sometimes a person is not good, just lucky, signals skepticism without converting the hearing into a final violation adjudication. He is distinguishing a favorable procedural outcome from proven compliance. The defense's adjournment request is strategic. Acceptance into treatment court could place supervision and substance use treatment within a structured program, potentially addressing risk more effectively than immediate punishment. Still, counsel must avoid overstating results before obtaining the records. Doing so can weaken credibility with the judge. Would the rapid improvement in the later screens persuade you that she is stabilizing, or does the fentanyl and methamphetamine result remain the controlling concern?
Grant the adjournment.
Thank you, Judge.
Probable cause will be adjourned March 5th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank
That's
you.
March the 6th, right?
What did I just say? Do you have a calendar? Yeah, look, squint.
You're
Oh,
right.
look at it.
You're right. Yep.
I know
It
I'm right.
Huh?
I'm just saying you're not.
It's not the 6th, March the 5th. Fine.
Thank you.
Judge. I'm sorry.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Edward Lucas on behalf of Craig Ivey. Craig Ivey.
Thank you.
Okay, there was a lot of discovery that just came in. I'm looking to review that with him and just asking for a brief adjournment.
March 5th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond continue. One, there's a violation. Okay. Did you get notification of a violation report?
There was something that was mailed to me. It was regarding a medical card that he needs to provide that as soon as he has the physical card.
Medical marijuana card?
Yep.
Do you have it?
It's in the mail. I'm waiting for it to come.
It's in the mail.
Yeah, like I haven't got it yet.
Sounds like checks in the mail, but this is something.
The card's in the mail?
Yeah.
From where?
My doctor, I talked to my doctor and he told me he was going to mail it, and I've been waiting for it from the agency. I haven't.
Your doctor mailed it? Didn't come from the state?
I'm assuming it's coming from the state, but I haven't got it yet. I'm waiting for it consistently. I've been checking every day in the mail for it.
I think we went through this the last time. Was that not you?
Might have been somebody else.
Yeah, it was somebody else. You didn't know.
You getting it? Okay. When's the last time you had a card?
I had my card originally. The last time I had my physical copy was when I got arrested in September. Guys, Dad took it with my evidence, my phone. I have not got it back.
So they took your card?
Yeah. And I actually put in an order for a new one, which is what I'm waiting for currently right now.
So here's the problem. You told them on 2 occasions that it's in the mail and that you're still waiting for it.
Correct.
Something tells me that's not true.
It actually is. But
So why? So, okay. I realize our postal service isn't the greatest, but this is now going on a month.
I understand.
Okay, I'm going to ask you directly.
Yeah.
Is that card on its way?
Yes.
Where's it coming from?
It's coming from the state, I believe.
Then what's your doctor have to do with it?
He was the person I went through that ordered it for me, issued it for me.
He ordered it for you?
Yes.
When did that happen?
That happened at the end of January. So I'd say
Say what?
January 28th. I actually talked to him and had him issued it. So
That doesn't fit with what this is with community corrections because he wouldn't have told you it's in the mail prior to the 28th.
That's what he told me it should be.
Is this a story you're going to stick to? Because this is going to be a long day for both of us if this is a story you're sticking to. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to let you sit down, talk with your attorney. I'll call you up momentarily and let me know if that's the same story you want to stick to. If that's the same story you want to stick to, then I got to do what I got to do.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll pass it along. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
So we had an opportunity to discuss what we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And Drucas called the doctor, and the doctor said on January 31st, it was mailed to the state. He provided me with a number to the state. I contacted them. They did receive it on. It was 2 days ago they received it, and he should be getting a card as soon as that gets processed. So he should be.
So he didn't lie to me today. He lied to Community Corrections the 2 days before that.
What that order particularly says is that it doesn't give a time frame on when he told them that it was in the mail. So if he told them twice.
Yeah, but the doctor didn't mail it out on the 31st, till the 31st, so he didn't know that.
Well, he didn't. He's tested since then, and was asked in person at least one time.
I give you your adjournment to the 5th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll find a violation at this point. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bond continued.